Personal growth is something that many people neglect in their lives. Many people are stuck in a rut and they don't know how to break free from it. They never take the time to grow as a person, and this can lead to unhappiness and dissatisfaction with life. Jim Rohn has some great tips for pursuing personal growth and creating new habits. If you want to be happier and more fulfilled, then you need to follow his advice. Hey everyone, and welcome to Psychology Shark. We help high achievers do the most of their days so they can focus on what really matters to them without all the trial and error. In this video, we're going to be discussing how to pursue personal growth so you can live a life that's more meaningful and fulfilling. Now, a lot of people neglect this area of their lives, but it's actually one of the most important. Because if you don't grow as a person, then what happens? You get stuck in a rut, you get older, but you don't really grow wiser, and life just becomes more and more monotonous. But if you do pursue personal growth, then you can open yourself up to new opportunities and new experiences, and you'll become a more well-rounded individual. Now, there are a lot of ways to go about this, but I want to share with you some tips from Jim Rohn. Let's jump right into it. Tip number 1. Be intentional about it. One of the most important things when it comes to personal growth is being intentional about it. You can't just kind of hope you'll stumble upon something that will help you grow as a person. You need to be actively looking for opportunities to do this. So how can you be more intentional about it? One way is to set some goals for yourself. Maybe you want to read one book a month on personal growth, or maybe you want to attend a seminar once a quarter. But it's not just about setting the goals, it's about following through with them. So be sure to track your progress and to hold yourself accountable. Tip number 2. Be patient. Another important thing to remember when it comes to personal growth is that you need to be patient. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's going to take time and effort. As Gary Vee says it, you need macro patience and micro speed.
Macro patience, micro speed.
So, macro patience, meaning that you need to have a long-term vision and be willing to put in the work over time, and micro speed, meaning that you need to be relentless in your pursuit of growth and always be learning. Tip number 3. Take responsibility. The third tip is to take responsibility for your own growth. Nobody is going to do it for you, and it's up to you to make the change. So what does that mean in practical terms? Well, it means you need to be proactive about your personal development. You can't just sit around and wait for things to happen. You need to take the initiative and make it happen. Point your thumb instead of pointing fingers. Tip number 4. Turn frustration into fascination. When it comes to personal growth, you're going to hit roadblocks. You're going to experience frustration and disappointment. But one of the best ways to deal with this is to turn it into fascination. What do I mean by this? Well, rather than being bogged down by the negative emotions that come with these roadblocks, you need to view them as challenges. And once you do this, you'll be more motivated to overcome them. Tip number 5. Break things down into manageable steps. When it comes to personal growth, it can often feel overwhelming, but one way to make it more manageable is to break things down into smaller steps. Don't look further away from today when you break things down. For example, if you want to write a book, don't think about writing a page a day for 365 days, just think of today. Write one sentence. Tip number 6. Be committed. The last tip is to be committed to your growth. This means that you need to be consistent with it, and you can't just give up when things get tough. You need to be determined and stubborn in your pursuit of growth. And remember, it's going to take time and effort, but it's going to be worth it in the end. As you might realize, these tips take quite a bit of time and effort. I understand that you want to achieve great things faster and have a bigger impact. That's why I've decided to put together a few resources that have helped me the most and made this progress fast and easy. With this, you'll never have to worry about not getting things done ever again because it will teach you exactly the blueprint that you need. So click the link in the description now to get started. So there you have it. But these few tips from Jim Rohn are only the beginning. I encourage you to explore this topic further and find out what works best for you. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to this. So find what works best to you and stick with it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more psychology facts, tips, hacks, and so much more. Check out this playlist of my top 5 videos on self-improvement, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.